Mhm.
Oh, well, you're doing good stuff. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. That's super
I love
great.
that you focus on moms. Do you do anything with life cycle nutrition, like with kids at all? Or is it really just moms?
I mean, I do that locally, where I'll see people, but now with coronavirus stuff, I
Yeah.
only see people online. I was doing it locally just because I live in an area where there's an eating disorder treatment center, and so
Mhm.
I had an office that I was working out of. But again, now I just
Not so much, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's so
Yeah.
cool. What kind of materials are you using? Because I sometimes see, I think you got a journal, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what I did is I created a journal. I call it a journal, but it's really kind of like a workbook too.
Sure.
And it's
Okay.
like pretty much like all the skills that I use to help moms. And I try to explain like how you can use them on your own.
Mhm.
Just like mirror work type stuff, kind of like identifying foods that like give you a sort of like anxiety or fear.
Mhm.
But and I use this one that's like safe, unsafe, like, dislike. So a lot of times people realize like, I'm eating a lot of foods that I don't like. I don't like the taste. I don't like the texture, but they're safe, and safe meaning kind of whatever it means for a lot
Right.
of people, that they're not going to gain weight or whatever. And then they're like, well, man, that's like really messed up. Like, why
Yeah.
did I do that?
And I don't even like it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
That's awesome.
yeah, I try to use just like a lot of skills that just like give people awareness, and then kind of like let them decide too, like what is serving you well in your life. Like,
Mhm.
do you want to spend your whole life trying to change your body? Or
Right.
do you want to, do the things that you're passionate about, spend
Right.
time with
Right.
kids, and like
Yep.
kind of stop worrying about
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Mhm.
Definitely.
And once you stop worrying, man, it's just, life is so much
Well,
better.
there's so much freedom involved, but I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot less
Brain
anxiety
space.
about anything,
Oh,
and
yeah.
for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, lots of like, I think though it takes some time to like actually believe that that's true.
Oh, yeah.
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 Because again, it's like most of us have grown up with like a parent or somebody
Right.
who dieted.
All of
and
us. Yeah.
taught,
All the time. Yeah.
like,
Right.
bad about their bodies, and like then you kind of learn that too. And so
course.
you spend most of your life thinking my body is
Mhm.
wrong. I need to have
Right.
a flat stomach. I need to be a certain gene size.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden I come in and I'm like, actually you don't. And they're like,
Right. Well, and for
Mhm.
for every positive message that any one of us sends out there, and people
Yeah.
grab on and they're like, yeah, there's 20 other, negative messages to follow it up.
Right.
And that's the hard part, is all of us are trying to send this same kind of message, and
Mhm.
it's just bombarded. So the
Yeah.
more people we can get on board with, just slashing diet culture,
Yeah.
I think we'll be able to get this message out there, and I was so happy when I saw that you were doing all of this, like, and the body, I mean, how I feel about body, and positivity and everything and all of that stuff, but to focus in on the mom population, I think is a really cool niche that
Super cool.
I can't necessarily speak to.
Yeah.
Like it's I think, Nicole and I were talking about this, moms like to listen to moms, right?
Yeah.
So it's good that, you've got the experience and all of those kinds. It's just really cool. I love it. I love that you're doing it.
I mean, it's been really interesting. Like sometimes things come up that I don't think are going to come up, but for the most part, I think that
It
after
happens.
you have kids, you are like the most vulnerable
Absolutely.
as far as what your body just went through. And
Mhm.
you don't have a lot of support in that area, because when you were
Mm-mm.
pregnant, like a lot of the attention was on you. How are you doing? Like, let's make, let's help you. And then you have the baby, and then all the attention's on the baby. And then you're
Right.
like, what about me?
Right.
Disordered eating can definitely take off after you have a baby, because you're just not used to what your body looks like now. And so really my message is like, it's okay that you went up a couple of gene sizes. Like, buy that gene size. Like,
Right.
our bodies are going to be changing our entire lives, and there is nothing wrong with that. But this message that they put out, that we should all have 18-year-old beach bodies with 20 filters on it posted on Instagram, that's crazy. Like,
It's not
like
okay.
that. But then there are some times that have been a little bit interesting for me, is like, I'll post something, and I try to use my face a lot, because I sort of like want people to like know who I am and what I do. And so like, I'll post like things of me holding a letterboard or something. And sometimes I'll get comments like, well, she's not even big. And I'm like, oh man, I didn't really see that coming. Like, people really like being like, she's not big enough to talk about this issue. And I was
Yeah,
just like,
it's
oh.
Weird.
Yep.
So it's like you're promoting non-judgmental communication, and then the irony is you're being judged for posing this non-judgmental viewpoint.
Right.
I mean,
that's crazy.
Totally honest, like my body image tanked after having kids. Like before I had kids, I mean, I was definitely feeling better. But after, I spent a really long time, like, really wanting to cover up and, like, not feeling good enough to wear a swimsuit, not even wanting to go to the beach with my kids. And then to get some of those comments that, like, oh, she's not big enough, I'm like, oh, look, I still struggle a lot, though.
It doesn't matter what the scale number says or the size of a person. That doesn't mean they don't struggle with the same concept.
Right. And we know really well that, like, even somebody could have this, like, perfect, quote unquote, ideal body that the world was looking for and still not feel like it's good enough. You know, it doesn't really matter what it look like.
Right. So, I mean, that's the essence of anorexia, really. You know,
it's the base of the sickness is perfection is never enough, never finally arrive. Because if you arrive, then the sickness ends.
And it goes away. Can't give that up.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Completely. That's really fascinating. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brittany, what is your biggest pet peeve right now maybe in diet culture or just in general as a dietitian?
I absolutely hate it when other dietitians say that they are body positive and say that they are for intuitive eating. And then the things that they post are like the exact opposite. Of that. You can't, I mean, you can, but to say that you are body positive and then you post a picture of yourself in a swimsuit with abs and filters,
integrity.
That is not helping your audience.
Right.
Like,
no.
That you
it's
are,
buzzwords.
Yeah. If you say you're an intuitive eating dietitian, but then you say, but don't eat too many carbs. That's not that. Like,
complete contradiction.
Or dieting. You know, here's a weight loss plan. It's weight loss plans and intuition don't go together.
No plans. Like if you are
the no plan diet, right?
You don't follow a plan, and so to me, like that kills me, especially because I'm so online and I'm so into social.
You are.
Oh, sure.
That I can't.
do you feel like you see a lot of that out there? A little bit of ethical integrity issues? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, and that's why how many people in this world are confused about nutrition. You know, Nicole and I have talked about this, but like, because even practitioners are not necessarily
the
preaching all the right
isn't there. Yeah, the consistency of the message is not there. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah,
and so we're 3 for 3 here, so that's good.
Right.
Yeah.
It's good right here. Okay, Brittany, what were you gonna say?
If you're the only one in their lives saying, hey, just because you have an obese BMI doesn't mean that you are unhealthy.
Right.
And then everybody else, including just the culture in general, are saying, hey, you're unhealthy. It becomes really hard to be the voice of reason.
Right.
I think that's where dietitians have a really big, like, uphill battle. And I think it's super unfortunate. And that's actually really just, it makes me so sad too. But
this is sad.
I mean, I think there's been a lot of really good strides, though. I mean, Christy Harrison's new book, Anti-Diet, wonderful. If you guys haven't read that, that is amazing. You listen to it on audio, like, it is the best. If you're looking for something to do during this time at home, get that book. Because it is perfect. She does a great job with words. Like, words are hard.
Yes.
She does such a good job of saying, this is why this is all BS. And I was just, like, blown away by it. So there are some good strides by some really great dietitians that are getting the message out there, and I love it.
I love
It'll take time. You know,
well, Brittany, make sure that I know that you've given us a lot of information of what you want out there, so we're going to make sure that we promote that. Do you have any kind of last messaging, last words that you want people to be kind of left with?
Yeah, I mean, I think that even if you are listening to this, or if you've seen those types of messages that are like, you know, talking about body positivity and talking about food freedom, and you're like, no, you'll gain weight if you eat pizza, just try to have an open mind about it. And that can just kind of start planting the seed. And so that's what I would leave people with. Even if you are not ready to hear the message, just take it in, take with it what you will, plant the seed, and then just kind of see where it goes.
Right. That's so great.
That's
and
awesome. Brittany, what's your favorite food?
Yep.
Real quick. Favorite food?
Chocolate donuts all day.
Yes.
Awesome.
All day long.
Donuts. Awesome. Make sure you send us those links too to your workworkbook and everything.
Yeah, I did. I mean,
oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, and you can check them out on my Instagram page, which is at @positive_mom.
Cool.
Okay.
And what about your
Very
furniture
good.
Etsy page? We want to know that.
Oh, yeah.
I quickly breezed over that, but really, I think it's like I really tried hard to just like take my passions and like turn them into the dietitian job of my dreams.
Great.
So I've always been like super creative, and I love painting, and I love thinking about art and colors and white space and like all that. So a lot of my posts on Instagram do really well. And I started making them into posters that I now sell, and dietitians have been buying them and putting them in their offices. And
perfect. Nice. I love it.
Putting them in their houses for just like inspiration. And
I love it.
It's been going really well.
Good.
Super happy
That's
to hear
awesome.
that. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for your time today, Brittany. This has been really fun. Yeah.
This is awesome. Thank you, Brittany.
Do what we can to support and promote you. So awesome.
Woo!
Thanks, Brittany.
Thanks.